Can you call me back in like 5 minutes? It's a situation with my son, and he just on the other line, and I was trying to see if this was somebody to help assist him. But can you call me right back?
I can try. I can't promise you that I can call you right back if I get other phone calls.
Okay, sorry about that. So that was the social worker. So the social worker. Have you talked to a social worker?
Jail and
not the court social worker. This is not Sherry. This would be somebody from the police station and someone from Child Protective Services.
But I don't know if they'll understand. Just look, and I also don't have any evidence to back up what I'm saying right now. And that's the other problem is they won't give me any evidence to back up my claims. And so that's the other reason is I can't really do anything. That's not going to give me any evidence. When I do get evidence, he deletes it off my iPad. So.
What kind of evidence are you referring to?
The recordings of me crying in the car for an hour, telling him that I don't want to do it, and then him yelling at me saying, "You have to listen to what he's saying because he's my son," and then him only recording the parts where I act out and saying that I'm crazy.
What were you telling him you don't want to do? Go to this. What do you mean? What did you not want to do?
I didn't want to go to the he wasn't doing anything about worrying his threats to me because I think they're making the threats perfectly to make me more uncomfortable, so I don't do the assignments, and then they're gonna blame it on you and making me even harder to come back when he's broken multiple things and he's I really can't be here. And Dad knows it, and he's still making me go to the school.
Well,
and so
what is that?
Really, There's no way for me to just magically leave here. It's not like Dad's gonna actually make a slip up or something. That's why I think it's best that you just pick me up, and then if the GL wants to interview me or whatever, and they can interview, and I can explain to them that he wasn't crying and that he'd delete the messages because the police officers were there, so they might be witnesses to say that I wasn't willing to give the iPad.
Yeah, did you ask the officers to listen to it then before, that was what you needed, and have them listen to it?
Yeah, they couldn't do anything because they have to leave it. They have to leave it to the court to decide.
Well, right,
so
yep.
Because they can't do anything.
But I meant what you felt was information that the police should know, like the video recording or whatever you said you had.
Yeah, they weren't able to see it because that convinced me to give him the iPad, and then he deleted everything.
And what was he doing in there? I was
basically crying to him, and he was just all he did, and there was even one of the recordings he yelled at me, saying that I need to stop it. And so that's I don't feel comfortable being here because I don't know how far they're willing because I know that they tried to take the juvie cart and that was dropped. I'm wondering if they're gonna try to take me the juvie cart now, and they're gonna say because I opened the car door and Dad, please jumped off the car. I just opened the door and he said I put his life in danger, because he wouldn't let me see the emails. And I was asking him because I didn't know what was going on. I was crying and then he literally just starts recording right as I opened the door and he's like, "Did you open the door?" He's like, "My life was threatened." And then I also opened the I tried to reach for the phone to see the emails to see if this was a setup or something because I was genuinely scared. And then he's like, "Oh, you're risking my life." So he's trying to. I don't know how far he's trying to make me look like a psychopath. If he's gonna take my juvie card and then yeah. So that's why and then I think he's gonna frame it on you and say that it's your fault with lack of evidence. But then the court will pass it. So that's why I'm just not gonna stay here. It's not only that, because I just don't feel comfortable like with the court either.
Well, have you asked your dad to talk to the GAL? Cause
Yeah, he talks to her in text messages. They're literally DMing each other.
well, and why don't you ask to talk to her? And
Because when I did talk to her, she was weird. She didn't, and the principal's been lying to her too, so that's another thing. Because she wrote a document. Basically though, is what I want to try to do first is, because the thing I'm worried about right now is that Dad's going to say I'm a juvenile it's like a juvenile delinquent or something because of Mom, and say that I bullied Mr. Murray or something. And that's why I want to try to stay with you. That way I can take it to court and make it clear to another court that's not corrupt that that Mr. Murray broke protocols and that the other court broke protocols. And that's kind of why it leads me in a weird situation because, I mean, because, like, they can't really do anything if you come pick me up, like the police, because you can just show them, like, yeah, their own dad isn't following the court orders, so they can't do anything to you if the dad's doing it, and
well, he does have a temporary placement change, so that is in the record right now until that gets addressed.
What does that mean?
That right now you're ordered to have placement with your dad on a temporary basis, and it's being litigated right now.
Well, okay.
Hello?